Fest 2024. My name is Willie Dennis III. I am the co-director and co-creator of the Jazz Art Writers South Festival, and we're looking tonight to jazz, stories, and poetry. This is our second Jazz Stories and Poetry session for this year. We'll have one more coming up on June 18th, but we'll talk about that a little bit towards the end when we do some house business. In any case, we'd like to start this evening's poetry session off with some student poetry. I do like to engage our students and have our students come up first, because we are at a university. We want to have student participation, encourage that as much as possible. And so we'll have our first student come up. Is that going to be Saren? Come on, Saren.
Okay, so I actually read this poem a long time ago in middle school, and I really liked it. So it's not my original poem, but I really liked the message. So, a poem from a 14-year-old boy. Our generation will be known for nothing. Never will anybody say we were the peak of mankind. That is wrong. The truth is, our generation was a failure. Thinking that we actually succeeded is a waste. And we know living only for money and power is the only way to go. Being loving, respectful, and kind is a dumb thing to do. Forgetting about that time will not be easy, but we will try. Changing our world for the better is something we never did. Giving up was how we handled our problems. Working hard was a joke. We knew that. People thought we couldn't come back. That might be true, unless we turn things around. Unless we turn things around, that might be true. People thought we couldn't come back. We knew that was a joke. Working hard was how we handled our problems. Giving up is something we never did. Changing our world for the better will not be easy, but we will try. Forgetting about that time is a dumb thing to do. Being loving, respectful, and kind is the way to go. Living only for money and power is a waste, and we know. We actually succeeded thinking that our generation was a failure. That is wrong. The truth is, we were the peak of mankind. Never will anybody say our generation will be known for nothing. Thank you.
All right, it is rather early, so I want to just check to see if we have any other student poets in the room. It looks like there are very few. Just a couple of housekeeping notes. As you're coming in this evening, please be sure that you sign in and let us know that you attended tonight. We may have some goodies or something else at the end of this session. And of course, we have refreshments in the back. Everyone in the house is welcome to enjoy those refreshments, and we encourage you to participate with that. We bring refreshments so everyone can relax and enjoy the time. And then the last thing I want to make sure that you know of is the Living Poetry exhibit, which is on the second floor of the Marks Gallery. And that features members of spoken word. We have some members of spoken word here with us joining us tonight. And the Living Poetry exhibit is an opportunity for you to create and share an original poem to be displayed in the gallery. And that will be on display for the entirety of the Jazz Festival. So take an opportunity to participate in that. We encourage everyone to do their best and share their best work. All right, so I'm going to take a brief pause here, and before I come up and read a poem, I'd like to give any other poets in the room an opportunity to say a poem that they may have to share this evening. Is there anyone that would like to come up? Because we are open mic tonight. Anyone would like to come up? Not just yet. All right. So give me just a moment, and we'll get things rolling just a little bit. All right, so I'm going to read a poem. This is a very brief poem by a poet who was a member of Spoken Word in Mobile. He goes by Duran Ray. And this poem is called In God We Trust. In God we trust. Your problems, you don't even have to touch. No more tick, no more tap. No more, you get me, and I get you right back. Because in God we trust, your problems, rest assured, you don't even have to touch. By Duran Ray. Thank you.
Yeah. And does anybody know her story? Does anybody know ever heard her or who she is? Okay. Emily Dickinson's, you do. Emily Dickinson was never published while she was alive. She was a woman, English woman, who wrote poems, but she repeatedly tried to get them published. She was, I think, a pastor's daughter, stayed in the home, inconsequential, almost a hermit. Nobody knew anything about her. But she would write her poems. She tried to get them published, and it never happened while she was living, like I said. But her poems were instead stuffed in drawers in her home. They were poems to friends and family members. They were in letters and such. And so after she passed away, they found the letters, they found her poetry in the house, and then her friends got together and put together her first book of poetry. So this is a poem that she was expressing how she felt about that situation while she was living. This is my letter to the world by Emily Dickinson. This is my letter to the world that never wrote to me. The simple news that nature told with tender majesty. Her message is committed to hands I cannot see. For love of her, sweet countrymen, judge tenderly of me.
Very nice, very nice. All right, so I'd like to open the floor once again to any poets that would like to step forward and offer a poem this evening. If there's anyone that has something on their heart, come on up. I think we have Miss Stacy Davis here with us tonight. Let's give a hand to Stacy.
I didn't bring any of my own today, so I'm going to read one my son sent to me. He doesn't have a title to it. So, oh, how I ache in places which my body claims it always has. Yet I argue that the pain is nothing I remember. My knees, like old hinges, creak with every step. My back, like rotten wood, feels stiff and easy to break. My mind, like a garden of memories, is now tangled with thorns of trouble and uncertainty. What happened to the spring in my step, the limber in my back, the ease in my mind? Where have they gone? Why have you left? Will they come back? My body speaks, yet ignores my question. It whispers, then screams, yelling it aches, but not why. So I sit here and endure, but wonder where my time of peace is, and ask why my ignorance has turned from bliss to blind.
Very, very nice. And I know people will come in from time to time. Stacy Davis is a member of Spoken Word in Mobile. We're very, very pleased to have some of our members from that poetry collective here. Spoken Word in Mobile actually meets, they just met last night, and they meet on the third Monday of every month at the Tomanville Library at 6 o'clock until 7:45. And basically, we're always having a good time there. So I appreciate them joining our collective tonight, joining our ensemble, and we'll go ahead and move on to another poet. I think we have Miss Sharon Davis. Miss Sharon, go ahead.
I am going to read a poem called Poetry Is, so that everybody knows what poetry means to me. Poetry is just not words, but expressions. When written in the right context, it can be a blessing. I write poetry because I have a story to tell. Even when I don't have too much to say, I'm understood very well. Poetry doesn't have to rhyme, it just has to make sense. Each poet has his or her own style, whether it's love or suspense. It's like a jigsaw puzzle, no side shape is the same. When put together in the right order, it will be made plain. To some people, poetry is like an empty fountain, but when it comes from the heart, it's like an erupting mountain. Poetry is a part of my life that only God can control. It's like a story that just has to be told. It's music to my soul. It has its own rhyme and tune. It's inspirational, sort of like winter in June. Poetry is everything I make it to be. Poetry is life. Poetry is hope. Poetry is me.
That is awesome. All right, as people begin to come in, I want to make sure to remind everyone to please sign in as you join us this evening. We appreciate that. And of course, we want to know about how we're doing with these events. So later on in the day, we're going to give an opportunity for you to do a feedback form. Please feel free to feed that form back to us and let us know how we did tonight, what you thought about tonight's event. And that way we can know what's appropriate to have now and what's appropriate to have in the future. And we can plan better. We can plan things to make our festival enjoyable for everybody across the board. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and try to start a second round here after I do another poem. We have more people walking in, so I'm very, very eager to hear what they may have to say and contribute to tonight. But first, I'm going to read a poem from another member of Spoken Word. This is by Michael Norris, and it's called Distractions. Distractions, distractions, distractions. This world is full of distractions. Distractions, distractions, distractions. Even the distractions have distractions. We live to be distracted even from the distractions themselves. We die distracted. Are we running to the distractions or are we just running from the other? When we are running from something, we always run to something. We live distracted. We keep distracted from others. We keep distracted from ourselves. Distractions are distractions to the distractions. Distractions are a distraction for the distractions. We are distracted. We are the distractions. It's very Michael.
Yes, it is. Very.
All right, so we'll go ahead and start a second round since we are light in attendance this evening. And I will offer an opportunity for any student poets that are come and join with us tonight. I would like to step to the mic to be able to do that. If anyone has a poem that is a student, they would like to share something, I'll offer an opportunity for them to step to the mic. And I think we have somebody coming up. That's going to be Miss Sarah Smith. Let's give Sarah a hand.
Okay, so I read this last time, but it's for my thesis, so I need practice doing it. So I'm just going to go ahead and read it again. You guys are going to have to deal with it a little bit. Okay. In the embrace of February's chill, a young woman's heart feels still. Loneliness engulfs her, a heavy shroud, as the memory of her mother looms like a cloud. Confusion dances within her troubled mind, for the love she sought was hard to find. Her mother, though present in the physical realm, emotionally distant like a forgotten helm. Lonely nights spent longing for connection, searching within for answers to her reflection. Why did her mothers keep her heart so closed, leaving her daughter feeling isolated and opposed? In the depths of her sorrow, she questions why. Why did her mother's love pass her by? The empty spaces within her soul echoed the absence that took its toll. But as she navigates this world of strife, a spark of understanding ignites her life. She begins to see beyond the emotional wall, understanding her mother's pain above all. For in the realm of human hearts lie stories untold, shadows and parts. Her mother's past, a tangled web that made it hard for love to be said. Though her mother's presence is now lost, in her confusion perspective is tossed. She realizes her mother, too, carried a weight of hurts and struggles that sealed her fate. In this newfound knowledge, she starts to see that her mother's distance was not about she, but rather a reflection of her mother's own strife, a way to protect, to guard her own life. And so she carries the love that remains in her heart where her mother's spirit sustains. Though lonely and confused, she finds her way, learning to forgive, to heal, and to sway. Her mother's absence may never be resolved, but in her heart a love is evolved. For the young woman now understands that love can transcend even from distant lands. In the depths of February's icy touch, she learns to cherish the love that means so much. Loneliness and confusion may linger near, but self-discovery brings her clarity clear. For she knows now in her own embrace, she holds the power to heal and erase the wounds of a past that left her torn, and in her solitude she is reborn. In the cold embrace of February's chill, a young woman's heart begins to fill with self-love and compassion that shines so bright, guiding her through the darkest of night. Sorry, I know it sounded like it was ending multiple times.
All right, and so we are open mic. Again, if there are any students, any other students that like to come and step to the mic, this is a great opportunity to do that. All right, I think we have Miss Caitlin here joining us. Let's give Caitlin a round of applause.
This is called Dreams by Langston Hughes. Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken-winged bird that cannot fly. Hold fast to dreams, for when dreams go, life is a barren field frozen with snow. And that's it. It's a brief.
All right, one more call, please. Other students in the gallery that would like to contribute a poem to tonight on this round?
I'll go.
All right.
I got something.
Come on in. We have Nicole. Let's give Nicole a
I didn't come prepared to be up here today. I was just coming to listen, but I do have a poet that I follow a lot, so I'll just read one of hers. Her name is Erica Lynn Jones. If you look her up, she has a whole page of poetry, inspirational things like that. So Erica with the K, E-R-I-K-A, Lynn Jones. It's called The Angry Black Woman. So it goes like this. The angry black woman. Yes, I am the angry black woman. But I'm also the joyful black woman. I'm the laminating black woman. The terrified black woman. I'm the lonely black woman. I'm the disappointed black woman. The anxious black woman. The disgusted black woman. But the astonished black woman. Yes, still the hopeful black woman. Yes, I experience the entire rainbow of emotions because I am a complete human being. Did you forget, or were you never taught that above all is what makes me an angry black woman?
Thank you, Nicole. So we're thankful for our students that have come out this evening. We appreciate them being a part of our gallery. So now I'll call any other poets in our professional, semi-professional, or other members of our community that would like to share a poem this evening. Anyone from our gallery? I see Miss Sharon Davis coming up. Come on up. Good. Let's give Sharon a hand.
I would think of the words of wisdom my mother gave me. And I realized that one day it would save me. When I would listen and say within my heart, denying none of what she's saying is true. Her last words would be, nobody can see through your eyes but you. As a child, she took me to church, taught me the Lord's Prayer, 23rd Psalm, birth, death, and resurrection of Jesus. But then I didn't have a clue. Nobody can see through your eyes but you. I went on about my business, doing things I shouldn't do, going places I shouldn't go, and saying things I shouldn't say. I'm grown, I say, what does she know? She can't tell me what to do, but still nobody can see through your eyes but you. I made mistakes, I failed, I got up. I did right, I did wrong. Sometimes I was up and about all night long. I did everything I was big and bad enough to do, but still nobody can see through your eyes but you. I had to learn what these words meant. At the time, it didn't make much sense. I've learned how to look at things differently. You have to use your heart, not just your eyes to see. I thank God for giving me a mother who could tell that one day I would learn what she already knew. Nobody can see through your eyes but you.
And Sharon Davis is also a member of Spoken Word in Mobile. She is known as a strong woman. and that is one of our favorite poems. So thank you for sharing that poem tonight, Ms. Sharon. Thank you so much for sharing that. Do we have anyone else in the room that would like to share this evening? Any other people in our community that would like to offer a poem? All right, so for the moment, we'll take a brief pause. Let folks kind of grab some refreshments if they would like. And if you are interested in joining the Living Poetry Gallery upstairs on the second floor, the exhibit for that is in the back of the room right here. Of course, you are welcome to take selfies with our friend mascots. So feel free to also do that during that time. And we'll gather again, expecting that some more people will come right about 5 or 7 minutes or so. All right. Thank you very much. We're good? All right. So thank you, everybody, I hope that you enjoyed that brief pause. We didn't get to do that the last time because we had so much poetry that came. So I'm glad that we were able to get that break and the other folks come in. Let me go ahead and start from the top. I am Millie Minister III. I am the co-director and co-creator of the Jazz Art Writers Southwest, what we call it Jaws Fest. And here at Jaws Fest 2024, we welcome you to Jazz, Stories, and Poetry, our second session. We appreciate your time tonight. We're going to go until about 7 o'clock this evening. And this is going to be an open mic session. We appreciate everyone that's here tonight. And I want to make sure that we do some housekeeping things first before we roll into some poetry, because I'm very excited to do some poets tonight. So, first, as you're coming in, please be sure to sign in this evening. We may or may not have some goodies to give away at the end of this session tonight. So, we would like to make sure you get a chance to participate. If you are here, we would love to have something for you. Second thing is that we have refreshments in the back of the room for everyone to enjoy, so please feel free if you need to just take a step back, grab a refreshment, and welcome to everybody. I'm not going to take them home, so please feel free to take them. Okay? Please feel free to take them. Next to that, we have our Living Poetry Exhibit opportunity, and that is an opportunity to share an original poem to go into the second floor of our gallery this year. The second floor of the gallery, there is the exhibit that's created and sponsored by Spoken Word in Mobile. We're very appreciative of their participation with this year's festival. We have a beautiful exhibit that's featuring them, and of course we're going to add some live living poetry from some of our poets tonight. I'm very excited about that. There's 2 spaces for that available. And then of course we have our friend, he is off camera, but we have our mascot for 2024. You are welcome to take selfies with him as you have an opportunity to do so. When you get up there with him, you'll see it's pretty fun, okay? It gets to be a pretty fun experience. So I'm going to let you know about all that. But in any case, we are open mic tonight, so that means that anyone who would like to step to the microphone is welcome to. I do like to try to start with student participation first because we are a university and we're on a student-based campus. And if any student has anything, and we want to get them to participate first, encourage their participation as much as possible so that way they can come. I do have one other note, which is that we would like to get your feedback about this evening. So at some point in time, you'll find on the back table as well an opportunity to offer feedback, and that way you can tell us how we did tonight and help us to plan for our future events. Let us know how well we're doing and what we need to plan for the future. We appreciate all of that. All right, so with that, I will open the door now for poets to come on in and make an opportunity for any student poet that would like to step to the microphone to come on up. And it looks like we do have someone that's coming. We're going to thank Ms. Sarah for coming in. Let's thank Sarah.
All right. So this isn't mine. It's actually another student. She's my friend. I asked for her permission, but she hasn't responded yet. So I'm just going to give you her Instagram handle, not her actual. It's called Paperbacks. So if you look up Paperbacks, that's her like poetry social media. Okay. It takes 66 days to form a habit. That's 66 days of brushing your teeth, 66 days of making your bed in the morning, and 66 days of Xing off the day on the calendar so it stays caught up. It takes 66 days to form a habit. We have officially been together for 66 days. At some point, insecurity makes me wonder, at what point do I become more than just a habit?
Very, very good. All right. Thankful for Miss Sarah. Do we have any other students that would like to step to the microphone this evening? I'd like to open the floor for that. Anyone else? No one else? Well, we're very thankful for Sarah and her generosity of sharing her poetry this evening. So with that, we'll open the floor to some members of our community, some of our professionals, some semi-professionals, and wonderful members of the university as well. So I'd like to say, if there's a poet I'd like to come to the mic now, if you'd like to share something with our audience tonight. All right, very, very good. Thanks, Charlotte, and have her come up to the microphone.
Well, it's fun to be here tonight, and thank you for hosting all of this. I just always love when I can be in a space where other people appreciate the written word. So I'm going to read a new poem that just came out in this journal. I've got to find myself in it. This poem came about because I was at a wedding, and have y'all seen at weddings where people will put out little postcards or index cards and say, give the newly married couple your advice? That can be dangerous when you got a poet in the room. So I wrote this poem in response. And each line of the poem, each line of each stanza begins with a little like cliche, and I twist it. Okay. Gift the newly married couple with advice on the provided note cards. Remember 1 Corinthians. Patience is the dog asleep in the dent of its yard. All bark, no bite, like love without like. Schedule a weekly date and treat each other like a royal moon, sinking more each year under its own weight. Never go to bed when your beach is striped with oil, when jailbreakers sing to 80s rock, when corn chips are launched as lifeboats, when wars become bored, when skunks break into syllables. Set reminders for anniversaries and ignore Saturday thoughts of divorce, fork-stabbed apologies, crumbs on butter, all dull and shining. Splurge each year on a romantic vacation. June, the Amalfi Coast, where stray cats sleep on top of lemon trees. Ignore their scowling leader with a plucked out eye, hold dark as a question, what will the world take next? That's my little
Awesome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we have just heard from Dr. Charlotte Pence. She is the head of creative writing here at the University of South Alabama English Department. She also is the 2024 City of Mobile Poet Laureate. So let's give her another round of applause. Very, very thankful for her being here and sharing her poetry with us tonight. And we will be doing some other things in the near future. She has some very, very cool things coming up with poetry in the near future. So with that, I'd like to go ahead and offer the opportunity for any other poet that'd like to step to the mic. Is there anyone else that'd like to come and offer? It looks like we're going to have Miss Paula come up. Let's give Paula a round of applause.
Thank you. This is a poem from my friend Mike Turner. He's getting pretty down out there. He's a retired government agent, believe it or not, and he bought a boat, moved to Orange Beach, Alabama, and now plays guitar and writes poetry. Sounds like a dream, right? So this poem is Listen. Listen as the stars gently brush the sky. Spun sugar clouds whisper your name, while murmuring zephyrs tell their secrets to the autumn leaves in a cool ray of moonlight. Kids kiss resting daffodils, sleeping in the dew-moistened glade. Do you hear the music? Lyrics, melody, mystery. Of the turning of the night? Singing of day past. Tomorrow anticipated. Dreams yet dreamed. Listen. Hear the symphonies of the moment in time, now becoming past. The future just beyond reach. All set to the rhythm of your beating heart. Dancing with stars and clouds. Wind and leaves. Moonlight and flowers. Grasses and dew. Through infinity. Close your eyes and listen.
Ladies and gentlemen, I do appreciate all that she does. That is Miss Paula Webb. She is my partner in crime here. She's the co-director and co-founder of this festival, and we appreciate everything that she does. She's also the outreach and communications librarian here at the University of South Alabama. So all the programs that you may have participated in that involve student activities, that was her here at this library. So I'm very appreciative of all the contribution that she gives and all of the input that she helps us to have to create this festival. And thank you, Paula. Fantastic.
Thank you.
All right, we're open mic. So if anyone else would like to come and step to the mic, we welcome you. We welcome you. Looks like we're going to have a special poem come up. We're going to have the barefoot poet, Miss Dolores Gibson. Let's give her a round of applause.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I think I'll do from a little town up in Mount Vernon, Alabama. Anybody know what it said? Growing up, they had a lot of chickens. And so I enjoyed the chickens. And as I grew older and got a house and everything, I still have chickens. They're just the chickens before now. And so I love chicken. And this little piece is called Chicken Child. No phone did ring. No song did sing. It was time to get up. I know right after the rooster crowed. I'd yawn and stretch my legs. It was time to go out there and gather up them eggs. I'd go out in that chicken coop and there I'd step in all of that chicken. You know, I came to realize that made some of the best fun of lives. I guess I'm just a chicken child. My folk would wring that chicken neck. He was spilling sputter. Later that evening we had him on the table for supper. They called me chicken too because I wouldn't shoot a coop. But if my granddad had been your granddad, you'd been chicken too. Now, I got chickens on the wall, chickens down the hall, chickens at the window, chickens at the door. Even got chickens in the rug on the floor. Chickens on the oven, chickens on the range. I even got a little chicken change. You can find chicken anywhere out there. I got a chicken TikTok. Yep. I got a chicken clock. You can find chicken anywhere out there. There's chicken over rice, chicken done twice, chicken and potatoes, chicken and tomatoes. You can find chicken anywhere out there. There's Hards, Churches, Popeyes, Kentucky Fried. Now, necks and backs, I don't like that. Breast and wings, that's my thing. I guess I'm just a chicken child.
Keep doing that one. That's a favorite. Ladies and gentlemen, Dolores Gibson, the Barefoot Poet. She is the president of Spoken Word Mobile. And I want to just take another opportunity to mention that Spoken Word Mobile is a poetry collective here in the city of Mobile. They've been together for over 20 years. I'm very proud to be the publisher of their 20-year anthology. But more than that, they're an awesome collective of amazing poets that meet every Monday, every third Monday of every month, unless it's a parade day, or it's an okay day. Every Monday of every month at the Tolanville Library from 6 until 7:45. Come out and have a good time and enjoy Spoken Word Mobile. You will learn so much just from poetry. It's an amazing opportunity. So, with that, I will move on and offer another opportunity for any other poets that would like to step to the mic this evening. Again, we are open mic. If you have a poem, an amusing story, or you just want to talk about how your day was in an amusing way, this is the opportunity to do that because this is jazz, stories, and poetry. So, one more call for anyone else that would like to step to the mic this evening. You want to do another? Come on, do another. You got something, Sarah? All right. Well, welcome back to the Barefoot Poet.
This is a piece by Sojourner Truth. She was an activist for women's rights and Negroes' rights. And this piece, if I can remember it, it's called Ain't I a Woman? Where there is so much racket, there must be something out of counter. I think that Twister Negroes of the South and them that women's in the North talking about rights, them white men should be in a big prison. What's all this here talk about? That man over there said women's needs to be helped up into cages and lifted over ditches and has the best place everywhere. Ain't nobody never helped me in no cage, over no mud puddle, or gives me no best place. And ain't I a woman? Look at me. Look at my arms. They done plied and planted and gathered into bonds. No man could hit me. Now ain't I a woman? What's this here thing? This here thing in the head. You know, I born 13 children and seen all of them sold off to slavery. And when I cried with my mother's grief, none but Jesus heard me. Now ain't I a woman? Now what's this here thing, this here thing in the head? What's this here they call it? What they call it? Inlay. Now what's that got to do with it? What's that got to do with women's rights and Negroes' rights? If my little cup won't hold but a pint and yours holds a quart, wouldn't you be real mean not to let me have my little hypermetric food? And that man over there, in the black there, he said, women's can't have as much rights as men, causing Christ wasn't a woman. Where did your Christ come from? Where did your Christ come from? From God in a woman. Man didn't have nothing to do with it. Now, if the first woman God ever made was strong enough to turn this world upside down, all alone. Now, these your women together, ought to be able to get it back and turn it right side up again. And men, we's asking to do it. And y'all men, you better let us. I so sojourner truth, oblige y'all for hand on me. And I ain't got nothing more to say.
The power of poetry, y'all. That is the barefoot poem. One of a kind. One of a kind. All right, I think we have one more poet that wants to come up.
I can't go after that.
You can't go on. Do you?
Let's welcome Sarah one more time, ladies and gentlemen.
It's not even mine. It's my friend. She said that I could do it. It's the same one from last time, paperbacks. So I'll just go ahead. We promised we would jump together. We looked down at the stirring water, an ocean of emotions, and I told you I trusted you. You promised you wouldn't hurt me, so I jumped. I waded in the water for you to join me, swimming in the rough waters, until eventually they pulled me under. It was only then that I realized you had left me to die, tied my hands and my feet together and let me believe you were coming along. The problem is, though, that as the water fills my lungs, it will not allow me to drown. That's the thing about being underwater. If you stay long enough, you just grow gills and learn to live with the fishes.
All right, everyone, that is just about our time for tonight. I want to thank everybody. Let's give everyone a round of applause. This has been Jazz Stories and Poetry 2024, part of Jazz Fest 2024. Again, we ask for your feedback about these events. So at the back table, you will find some feedback forms and just let us know what you thought about tonight. And we're kind of stepping into my favorite part of tonight. We always like to offer surprises, and I'm just a great big Santa Claus, so I like to give stuff away. So we're going to do a giveaway. We're going to give some stuff away. And I need somebody to generously help me. Maybe Caitlin? Okay, good. All right. All right. Stacy Davis, come on up. Thank you for coming out tonight, Stacy. Thank you. Sharon Davis. Come on up. I promise it's not real. Thank you for coming out tonight, Sharon. Thank you. Mary Duffy. Mary, you're winning everything. Thank you for coming out tonight. Thank you for your support. Now we have one more. I'll cross your fingers. It's two. Drop it back. Just redo it. Wendy Martinez. Did she leave?
She left.
Oh.
Oh.
She left.
Oh.
Well, we gotta do that again. All right. Mickey? Mickey Smith? Yes. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for coming out tonight, Mickey. And we thank everybody for their support of the Jazz Festival. And again, a fantastic round of applause. I appreciate your attendance and coming tonight.
We have bags to take cookies and brownies to go.
Please help yourself to those goodies. Please help yourself to those goodies. If you are interested in seeing the living poetry exhibit on the second floor, I'm happy to take you up there to tour that space and to tour the rest of the exhibits. And of course, don't forget about our fun guy over here. We'll have opportunity for you to take any selfies that you'd like to take with the mascot. All right? Thank you so much, everybody.